What if I told you? An old, forgotten diary could unravel everything your family ever believed. A secret hidden for decades, never meant to be found. When it was finally opened, the truth didn't just surprise them, it haunted them. It shattered them. Because some secrets, Buzz, are too heavy to remain buried, and the story you're about to hear will change the way you see the past and the objects that silently witness it. Every floorboard in the house creaked differently that night. Every shadow seemed to reach farther than it should. And in the corner, on a cracked wooden box, the diary waited. Its leather-bound cover was faded, edges frayed, but it held more than words. It held decades of memory, and secrets too dark to speak aloud. The attic had always been forbidden. Dark, silent. A place where the air itself seemed heavy with forgotten memories. Boxes stacked, floor to ceiling, each hiding a lifetime of unspoken stories. A rocking horse missing its mane. Cracked porcelain dolls staring with lifeless eyes. Suitcases stuffed with letters, brittle with age. A cracked umbrella leaned against the wall, its fabric moth-eaten. And there, in the corner, lay the diary. Leather-bound, edges frayed, corners softened from decades of handling. The flashlight's beam trembled slightly as it landed on the diary. The house seemed to exhale in anticipation. For decades, no one had dared touch it. No one had dared to open the secrets it held. Until now. The first pages were innocent. Childhood memories, lists of birthdays, names of friends, small doodles of gardens, pets, and sunny afternoons. One entry described a summer day, sunlight spilling across the kitchen floor, laughter echoing from the yard. The handwriting was neat, careful, almost playful. You could almost hear the joy between the lines, but faint shadows lingered. As the pages turned, the handwriting began to change. Strokes grew heavier, ink pressed darker onto the paper. A subtle tremor in every word, a quiet whisper of the guilt to come. Small secrets began appearing in tiny notes, a neighbour's broken window, a missing heirloom, a quarrel overheard but never spoken aloud. The diary was no longer just a memory keeper, it was becoming a silent witness, a confidant to a life no one else knew. It started with whispers, late at night, voices that shouldn't be there, footsteps along empty hallways, the faintest hint of something unspoken. The diary's entries began to hint at tension, small, cracks in the family's perfect facade, arguments over nothing, letters torn up and hidden, glances exchanged that were never explained. The entries grew darker, longer, more urgent. One night, the writer described a neighbour's sudden disappearance, a fire that destroyed a shed, a broken friendship that no one ever spoke of again. Then came the first confession. It wasn't an accident. Those words froze the reader. No cheerful childhood sketches now, no lists of birthdays or pets, only the echo of fear, guilt, and something far worse. Each page pulled the reader deeper, closer to a truth no one dared face. The diary revealed a night that no one dared to speak of again. A fight. Raised voices. A scream tearing through the quiet of the house. And then, the fall. Down the staircase. Bones cracking against cold wood. The town called it an accident. The family said it was misfortune, but the diary told the truth. The writer had pushed. The words didn't say murder, but every sentence dripped with guilt. They wrote of hiding the truth, of cleaning blood that would never wash away. Smiling, through funerals while their soul trembled in silence. They confessed to themselves and to the pages, but never to anyone else. Each detail was described with horrifying clarity. The diary captured every tremor, every echo, every heartbeat of that night decades past. But the diary held them captive. Sleepless nights, shivers when no one was there, the faintest noises setting hearts racing. The writer became haunted, not by ghosts, but by the life they had altered, every creak of the floorboard, every gust of wind against a shutter, felt like accusation. The guilt followed the family through generations, dreams filled with screams. Hallways seemed longer than they should be. Rooms whispered of secrets never told. The diary became more than paper. It was a witness, a silent judge, a keeper of sins too heavy to speak aloud. When the diary was finally discovered, the family could not believe their eyes. Grandchildren read of arguments and events their parents had never mentioned. Neighbours, once considered friends, were written about as silent witnesses. Shock, disbelief, anger, tears. The weight of decades of lies pressed down in every sentence. Some laughed to hide fear. Some ran from the attic, unable to face the truth. Even the house seemed to respond. Floorboards creaked, wind rattled the windows, as if it too mourned the revelation. Every page brought new questions, every sentence revealed another layer of deception. And still, the diary demanded to be read. The final entry was short, barely a whisper. If you are reading this, the truth is no longer mine to keep. Forgive me. No signature, no date, just silence. The diary had rewritten family history, shattered illusions, exposed every lie. Decades of guilt spilled onto paper, forcing the living to confront the past. Some cried, some screamed, some stared at the pages, unable to move. The attic diary had done what it was always meant to do. It revealed the truth. Some objects carry more than weight. They carry memory. They carry guilt. They carry the truth. And some objects hold a mirror to the soul of those who touch them. The attic diary was no longer just paper and ink. It was a witness. A silent observer of a hidden past. It had absorbed the laughter, the tears, the mistakes, and the secrets of generations. Every page held the heartbeat of lives lived and lives lost. It whispered of choices made in fear, of moments when silence felt safer than honesty, of the burden of carrying what no one else could bear. Would you open it, or leave it forever hidden? Every object has a story, and some stories refuse to stay silent. They reach out even across generations, demanding to be remembered. To ignore it is to deny a part of yourself. To confront it is to see the truth of who you are and who came before you. The attic diary has spoken its truth. It has revealed what many hoped would never be seen. And yet, in that silence, there is also understanding. Forgiveness, if you choose to see it. Reflection, if you dare to listen. Every object has a story. Every secret has a weight, and some weights are meant to be felt, to remind us that history is not only written in books, but in the objects around us, and in the hearts of those who live beside them. If you found this story unforgettable, if it made you pause, think, or shiver, then imagine what other objects might be hiding. Subscribe to hear the next one, because the next story may change the way you see everything around you.